Hi, this is Louis Gossett Jr. You're watching Ken Boxer Live with Tai Babilonia on TVSB. Keep watching. It's a good thing to do.
From the American Riviera in Santa Barbara, California, it's Ken Boxer Live with your host, Ken Boxer, and co-host, two-time Olympian Tai Babilonia. Please welcome Ken and Tai.
This is absolutely incredible.
I know.
Thank you. It's to her. To you, Tom.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Wow.
You need a bigger studio.
We do. Welcome everybody in the studio. Welcome at home. I'm Ken Boxer. This is Ken Boxer Live. Unbelievable. What a great show we're going to have in store for you. Look at all, we have so many people here.
I know.
Let me introduce to you my co-host, the two-time Olympian, but she's also the five-time national champion as well as world champion figure skater, Tai Babilonia. Give it up.
Thank you.
Yes.
Of the world.
Tai, this is our
Yes.
49th show. Can you believe that?
No, I can't believe that. It's amazing.
It's gone by quickly.
Hats off to you.
Well, thank you. Who are
Yes.
some of the guests? Can you remember?
Our
those
past
folks?
guest, oh, please. Lou Ferrigno, Lee Merriweather,
Shabadoo,
Alan Parsons, Randy Gardner, my partner,
Patrick Cassidy,
Bill Mooney. The list goes on. Peter New,
that's right.
yes, Don Wells.
And it just,
The audience knows.
That's
Ted
right.
Lange, yes.
But who do we have tonight?
Oh, and he's right there. I'm too excited. Oscar, Emmy, Golden Globe, award winner, a legend. We are so excited to have him here tonight. Mr. Louis Gossett Jr.
Yeah,
is
give it
here.
up.
So don't go away. We'll be right back with Louis Gossett Jr. Yay!
Ken Boxer Live is brought to you in part by American Riviera Bank. Smart banking for smart people. Ray Beninati, Sotheby's best realtor, committed to integrity and service. And by California Retail Systems, the best in hospitality management applications for restaurants. Now back to Ken Boxer Live.
What an audience. What an audience. Wow. Well, we're back. Our guest tonight really doesn't need any introduction. He's certainly one of the most recognizable actors around the world. Joining us this evening is the Academy Award, Emmy Award, Golden Globe Award, and People's Choice Award winning actor Louis Gossett Jr. Lou is also a very successful author. His top-selling book, An Actor and a Gentleman, he's also co-written the famous Richie Havens protest song, Johnny Handsome.
Handsome Johnny.
So let's now meet one of the best and most popular actors who's been entertaining audiences for over 60 years, Louis Gossett Jr.
How you doing? Good to see you.
Thank you, sweetheart.
It's my pleasure.
This is not the first time you've been in Santa Barbara.
No, I came up here with the Eva Marie Saint and the Bottoms Boys, and we did a thing at Santa Barbara High School called Winesburg, Ohio.
Yes, I remember.
It's the first time. And then I've got to come up and I visit Oprah a lot. She's up in Montecito, and come up occasion when nobody knows the San Ysidro Ranch and eat and spend the night, and half the food is gone. I took it back. It's a beautiful place.
It's
got
a
lot of
great
stories.
getaway.
Incredible place.
Well, we're
Incredible.
so delighted to have you back to Santa Barbara and being here on our show. Years ago, see, you've been in the business over 60 years.
I started in 1953 when I was 1.5.
Can you tell our audience your age? No one's going to believe it.
I just passed my 79th birthday.
Congratulations.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it's a lot of things, you know. If you have a problem about getting aged, it seems like we get put through certain challenges. Mm-hmm. We make one kind of challenge and we go one way, and we make another challenge and it goes the other. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
And then if we stay on the planet, we get lucky to get another shot and another shot. The tests never stop. And then finally you come to the conclusion that you were never really going to be in charge in the first place. And you're going to relax and let somebody who knows how to be in charge. My person has to, it's called God. You know that name at all? And so I just kind of let him handle it, and he has restored me to all kinds of sanity, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and psychically.
Right.
Love that.
Yeah,
Inspiring. So inspiring.
from what I read, it was just pure luck that you even started acting in high school.
Well, yeah. Well, in high school, in the history, a little history, because we don't have a lot of time. There was a blacklist. You remember Kefauver and McCarthy were trying to, all the communists. So the actors had to run. This was the John Garfields in the old actor studio, and the intellectual cream of the crop were these people from Russia and from Europe, and the universities, and they had to run, change their names, and they came to New York City, changed their names from Bloomberg to Bloom, and from Pincus to all of it. They changed their names, and they went into the high school systems. So we had the good fortune to get university professors from kindergarten all the way up. They lived in the neighborhood, they grew up with their children, and that's how show business started. That's how Broadway became very famous. We were the children of those teachers. That's how I raised it, right after the Depression. So now that became a renaissance. That's where Barbra Streisand and Danny Kaye and Arthur Miller and Neil Simon and Neil Sedaka and Neil Diamond. We all grew up together. It became an important renaissance in medicine and music and sports. We did it. We started that thing in America. So I came up with those guys.
Would you say family had a lot to do with it?
Family. We were all family. I mean, if my mother didn't get home in time at 5 o'clock, I had a choice to have menudo, gefilte fish, cabbage, pizza, depending on who came home.
Right.
That's how I was raised. So now we kind of have to get that way again today.
But you were a basketball player to begin with.
Yeah, well, that helped a lot, you know, so I could help the team. I grew up playing against Sandy Koufax, if you know that name.
Really?
Yeah, he's amazing. He's amazing.
So I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
The songwriting. I was going to jump into the songwriting
Oh,
of
yeah.
Richie Havens, because that's such a great
Well, we wound up in the
story.
village. We created the village, and that's where, Buffy St. Marie, who wrote Officer and Gentleman, and all the people came through. Joe Cocker, Richie Havens, Jimi Hendrix. We all came through that same coffee shop around the Hootenanny in 1961. And so I always wanted to be an actor, but there wasn't any work, so I was passing the basket. And I was off Broadway. That was $45 a week, and through there came Bob Dylan, Bobby Zimmerman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Bobby Zimmerman, and they passed the basket, and the basket would fill up. I said, wow, I'm going to stick around and do this. So I got a partner. His name was Felix Pappalardi, who discovered Eric Clapton, and John Sebastian Jr., Mama Cass Elliott. We all grew up together in the village. It was a very important thing. And then I got a job as a series called The Young Rebels. So I gave my music to Richie Havens. And I fade out, fade in. The series is a flop, and the guy's backing the truck up to put me out on Laurel Canyon. And that very same day, I got a residual check. It was $75,000.
Oh,
Back
really?
then. Back then.
Yeah.
Too.
$72,550 to be specific.
The timing of that,
Yeah,
though.
the day I was being evicted, and he had sung in Woodstock "Handsome Johnny," and put it on his album called Mixed Bag. Hey, looky yonder, tell me what do you see? Marching to the fields of Concord. Looks like Handsome Johnny with a flintlock in his hand. Marching to the Concord War, marching to the Concord War. And it's a long, hard road, long, hard road, long, hard road. Before we'll be free, all the way to Birmingham. Handsome Johnny's going to wars. Now, enough's enough.
Bravo. Bravo. Now, Officer and a Gentleman.
Yeah.
That little film.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That part gave you the
got
best
the-
supporting actor.
Yeah, well,
Academy
it was
Award.
Richard Gere's last commitment to Paramount. It was Taylor Hackford's award for winning the Oscar for a documentary.
He's from Santa Barbara High School, by the way.
Yeah, that's
Taylor.
pretty good. Taylor, yeah. I'm getting ready to have dinner with him next week sometime, I hope. But he's a brilliant man. What a brilliant man. And Richard Gere, and so now here I got the job. I don't know what my agent said to him, but he said, you got the job. So now I had to be careful what I asked for. So now I had
The
to,
training for that role. I mean, it was like
That's
an
right.
athlete.
well, I had to go
training
down
like
to,
an Olympian.
I had to go down to, yes. I had to go down to Marine Corps Recruitment Division down at Camp Pendleton and learn how to be a Marine and a DI. I did everything but smoke the camels and drink the beer.
Can I tell you something
Yeah.
funny? A friend of mine and my neighbor in Los Angeles, his first film role was Officer and a Gentleman.
What part did he play? What was it?
David Crusoe.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
He's the first one I gave the DOR to.
That's right.
Look at him
I said,
now.
what a great film to start
Yeah.
your career
I
off
expected
with.
to see him up here, because
I
I miss
know.
him. That
He's
man
doing
is
great.
a fine actor.
He is great.
He
yeah.
really is a
nice
fine
Where
guy.
did you muster that character from?
From the Marines. From the Marines. I went down to San Diego, and I learned at the DI school. I couldn't stay on the base, but I was in a motel. They picked me up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I went through the whole training for 6 weeks. And I brought one of them with me to the set. So actually, part of that Oscar's got to go to the Marines because they wouldn't let it be a Hollywood movie. Because Richard Gere was expecting to be the hero and the winner, and expected to overcome me and beat me up, and the Marines wouldn't let that happen. The first day of rehearsal, when I go into the actors' faces, they would giggle at me. I got you. I got you. The next time I showed up with the DIs. Giggle at me now.
Let's watch. Let's watch a clip.
Yeah,
The clip that we're going to see. Do you remember actually doing it?
Oh, absolutely. I did it in one take.
Really?
One take. Yeah.
Really?
One take. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's watch Louis Gossett, Officer and a Gentleman.
I don't believe what I'm seeing. Where you been all your lives? At an orgy? Listening to Mick Jagger music and bad-mouthing your country, I'll bet. You better stop eyeballing me, boy. You're not worthy enough to look your superiors in the eye. Use your peripheral vision, understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, every time I say understand, I want the whole group to say, yes, sir. Understand? Yes, sir. Understand? Yes, sir. Now, I know why most of you are here. We're not stupid. Before you get to sell what we teach you over at United Airlines, you got to give the Navy 6 years of your life, sweet pea. Lots of things can happen in 6 years. Another war can come up in 6 years. And if you're too peaceful a person to dump napalm on an enemy village where there might be women and children, I'm gonna find that out. Understand? Yes, sir. Understand? Yes, sir. What's your name, boy?
Emiliano Santos de la Cera, sir.
Don't say. You a college boy, de la Sierra?
Yes, sir. Math major, sir. Graduate from Texas Tech with honors, sir.
Let's see. You see this cane here, de la Sierra? See the notches near the handle? There's a notch for every college puke like you. But I got the DOR. That's dropped on request from this program. And the first one I'm gonna carve out of this class is you, Emiliano. I expect to lose half of you before I'm finished. I will use every means necessary, fair and unfair, to trip you up, to expose your weaknesses as a potential aviator and as a human being. Understand? Yes, sir! Understand? Yes, sir!
Amazing.
Your audience.
Oh my God, I
They
love
relate
that
to
You
film.
have no idea how much fun I had saying that, boy. I got it all. I got all my ghosts out on that part, yeah.
In one take.
And just about one day. It was
That's
a day. We
amazing.
did different takes on it, but that
Right.
was just one take, yeah.
So so you won.
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
How did your life change after you won the Oscar?
Oh boy, well,
Did
it
the-
was bittersweet. It was bittersweet.
Okay.
There was I got a great acceptance, obviously, starting in Roots and then that from the world.
Right.
But there was no movies right away.
Really?
happening. No movies. A reality check. It's just in the book. The reality hit pretty harsh because I expected now, wow, I can get all these money, get this $1 million a movie, and it really never happened. So I did some negative things to myself and got very bitter.
Yes.
But nobody knew that, you know. But
Right.
that was then. This is now.
Yes.
Different
Yeah.
ballgame.
Do you get to choose your parts now?
Oh, well, I get to produce them, and I get some offers and stuff. Still not the major ones as of yet, but I think this is a thing of me calling my own shots right now.
Tell us that you don't have to still audition for parts.
Not yet, not yet.
don't
But there's still young people out there. I got to see what you can do. I said, oh, okay.
Right.
You know, but it's okay.
Acting has it always been hard or easy for you?
It's been a piece of cake. It's been a gift that God gave me. And the thing is, if you're a guitar player, you have to polish your guitar and restring it and tune it up. If you're a piano player, you have to do the same thing. As an actor, we have to clear all the stuff away so we can be open to the characters that we put on. It's like putting on a pair of clothes.
Right.
I mean, you have to take care of your body as a skater, and you have your
Absolutely.
toes, and you have to do maybe stretching, maybe yoga, whatever it is,
Yes.
whatever it takes.
Yes.
So that's our daily devotion. My daily devotion is to clear up the defects of character and the shortcomings so that when I see a part, I can put it on without any of my prejudices. Mm-hmm. And then when it's
Great
over, I can
advice.
get it back off. But it turns out to be maybe the key to life, too. So it's at this age, school is never going to be out. That's the first
hear
lesson. School is never out.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
What was the most difficult role you've had in all the 62 years, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But the most difficult role is Enemy Mine. Enemy Mine. Do you guys, anybody see that?
Excellent movie.
Yeah. First, I got the role because no other actor would take it because their face was completely covered. So, hey, that's a challenge. I love challenge. Come from the theater. So, the first day was 7.5 hours of makeup, 2 contact lenses. So the first day, they wanted it to be perfect, you know. So they put the airbrushing and made it perfect, and I'm lying in a barber chair like this. And I got up and said, I got to go to the bathroom. They said, you what? I said, I got to go to the bathroom. They forgot because they had designed it on a mannequin. So I had to go get the scissors and do that whole thing. Then one day, it was the director was Richard Longcrane at the time. We were in Jaime in Iceland, and we're up on a mountain where the volcano exploded, and they stopped the air traffic. So I was getting a rash because of the spirit gum on my face. I said, well, you better call me somebody with some, there's no skin doctors in Iceland.
Right.
I went to Reykjavik and I got a freshman, a little short lady, and they didn't tell her a thing. So they put her in my dressing room, and I come out with this lizard skin, and I said, hi, Doc, I'm the one with the skin problem.
Funny.
They had to catch her.
Oh my God.
Ah! She went
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Now,
Yeah.
just recently, though, you did a show
Yeah.
that we have a clip on.
You do?
The
Book?
Book of Negroes.
The Book of
Book
Negroes,
of
yeah.
Negroes.
Yes.
So
How did that come about? For
that
you?
came about, they called me. They called me for work. It's BET I looked forward to working with. And it's very similar to Fiddler. It's kind of the Fiddler of the day.
From Roots.
Yeah, and anybody who's a member of the Academy, I need your vote, okay?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Yes.
Yeah, it's getting close.
Lou, do you have a favorite part that you've done?
Why? Well, you know, it's I have to keep that kind of simple. The favorite part was the last one I did.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let's
There's
watch.
a lot of
sense.
favorite parts.
Right.
Let us
Right.
watch
Get
this
there.
Book of Negroes. Let's
Okay,
watch
gotcha.
the clip.
Right.
Lou Gossett Jr.
You cannot save the slaves.
No!
Wait! Wait! Stay away. You have to have faith.
Well, the Book of Negroes is an enormous undertaking by Lawrence Hill, and I play Daddy Moses. He's a man who's probably had a hard life, but despite of his hard life, he can hardly see, can hardly walk, and he's the spiritual leader. Makes everybody, when in times of crisis, think more about themselves and keep things up, keep the spirits up.
You have a hard life here.
We do the best we can. Come on. It's a great challenge for an actor like myself. I like the difficulties. And I get to lead my people to the promised land, just like Moses. And it was wonderful. You eat that stuff up as an actor. To be able to play those kind of moments.
It's amazing that Lou Gossett Jr. was in both Roots and the Book of Negroes. It's a lovely bridge between generations of artistic creation and miniseries creation.
Are you blind?
I can see a little out of this eye, but shh. What?
I'm ready.
Me too.
Come close and do what I say.
It's a story of how Nova Scotia was settled, and history that I really did not know. And so it was a pleasure. So in a strong sense, it's very timely, very timely.
Lou Gossett Jr. You're just joining us. Tai?
First of all, you are so solid. I mean, it's so
It's fun.
wonderful. Well, that it looks like
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
the passion you have.
Yeah.
It's oozing out of you.
It's like what I saw when you guys were skating.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
I'm done. I'm so done.
Same thing.
That's it.
Same thing, girl. Same thing. Yep.
I get it. I get it.
Lou, talk about your foundation.
Well, you know, because it's in the book and stuff.
Well, let me point out the
It's
book.
because of the I grew up with a wonderful, homogeneous, very composite. We took very good care of one another back after the Depression. We had to, so we took very good care. We had didn't play with much. We had rope and chalk and stuff, and so those people recreated a Renaissance, as I told you. And then when I came to Hollywood, they brought me out to the Louis Gossett's and the big guys. But the police, the fire department, the blue-collar workers came from Mississippi and Alabama. And so they gave me a rental car one day in the first chapter. And that rental car was a Ford Fairlane Galaxy 500. And I put on some Sam Cooke music. It normally takes 20 minutes to get from Crescent Heights to the Beverly Hills Hotel. It took me 4.5 hours. I met every cop on the beat. And then they handcuffed me to trees. My first 24 hours in Los Angeles for 3 hours for walking. And so, oops, brand new ball game. So from there on, from all the people, I learned about the abject racism, which I wasn't prepared for. And it was a hot ball in my stomach, so I had to grapple with that, act personally. You didn't see it on the screen. And then finally, coming out the other end, I said, wow, we've come to the end of anybody being better than anybody else, because our planet is dying. Our planet is, and it needs our undivided attention to clear up the air, the water, to calm it down, to bring it back to its pristine shape, which is what we're put on the planet to do, take care of the animals and the fish. And this stuff is getting in the way now.
Right.
So now the headlines are signals from God that we have to drop all agendas to take better care of our planet. So, so if the planet is dying and you have $20 billion and the world is gone, what are you at? If you're dropping a bomb in the military, you have the most weapons, what are you winning? So there's a foundation, a center called a Shamba Center for young people, about this young girl's age, of all of them to get in there like I was when I was in Brooklyn, to learn about one another's culture, be sensitive to one another's feelings, called conflict resolution, dress code. That's why I have this for the young college kids. Respect for the elders, the knowledge of one another's culture, respect for the opposite sex, hygiene, physical fitness, and a thing called conflict resolution. You can agree to disagree, but you don't go to blows about it.
I hear. Yep.
Oh, great. So needed. How can I get involved?
You are involved, so you're going to be called.
Great.
You're going to be called.
Thank you.
You know the website that you can call us at eracismfoundation.org. We're going to open up, hopefully, the first center in Los Angeles. There's orders for the others in every state in the United States. And ironically, the same need is international, so I'm part of UNICEF now. United Nations has a thing called the United Nations for World Peace, and that's the last thing on their agenda. So, let's see. Number one is the salvation of the planet. The number one audience is our children, so if we're doing anything else, we may as well be in a 747 airplane. It's at 30,000 feet, plummeting to the ground, about to crash, but everybody in the plane is fighting over who's going to be in first class.
How did that affect you as an actor and as a person when it took you 4.5 hours to get to your first assignment, when you felt racism?
I was about to quit the business and go back to basketball and try and go. I was drafted to the Knicks in '59. I would have had a butt full of splinters, though, because I wasn't as good as those guys. But I think we have to just be aware, school is never out, to see why we're experiencing what we're experiencing and what we have to learn because of that experience. And so we have to stay out of the driver's seat, be teachable, and never graduate, and learn that there's signs that teach us to go yin or yang. We have to be prepared to be open and receptive to get the message. My messenger is God. Some people call him Allah, some people don't even think about that. But we have to have something stronger to guide ourselves toward the light. And so whatever you call it, we need to get out of the driver's seat, not make those decisions, because we're not the strongest thing on the planet. Nor is the guy with the biggest bomb or the most money or the biggest car, or that's mankind's stuff.
Okay. I've got to ask you, Lou, we have to ask you about this outfit you have.
Your line of clothing.
Your line of clothing.
This is an outfit for you young brothers. It's called Afro/Fusion. It'll be out probably realistically next year.
It's beautiful.
But it's got 6 pieces to it. It's got a vest, It's got a jacket, got a shawl for formal, and shorts. So this one suit you can be for all occasions. You buy 3 or 4 of them, hopefully through Nordstrom's, one of those places. And then it's something for the ladies. Shirley's got that's my lady over there. Shirley.
Beautiful, by the way, very beautiful lady.
That's kind of for ladies too.
Great for traveling.
Yeah, for traveling, you just take it and you put it in a suitcase. Got drawstring in case you gain some weight.
But what?
And it's easy stuff. Yeah.
Also, want to know about how your health. A few years ago, you announced that you were fully recovered from prostate
I
cancer.
have prostate cancer. I have 1 kidney, and I don't think I've been healthier than I've been in my life, even when I was an athlete. How did that happen? So it's pay attention to the body, eating properly, not having to sit with a whole meal. Eat about 6 of them a day, praying, meditating, stretching, like I know you do.
Yes.
Being grateful and humble.
Gratitude.
So gratitude, so you don't overeat, you don't over anything.
Well,
Right.
well, Lou,
Easy does it.
Lou, I have to tell you something. Lou,
I know you know I'm not
I have to
right?
tell you,
Yes.
our time is running out. I have to tell you, this is the largest in-studio audience that we've ever had on the
the
show.
best.
Oh,
We're
good.
so happy that you're here.
Well, I'll end with a quote with that great aquatic man, Jacques Cousteau.
You got about
Remember him?
15 seconds, Lou.
He said,
There you go. Everybody, Louis Gossett Jr. Well, that's our show for tonight. Don't miss any of our upcoming shows with guests, singers Eric Burden and Kenny Loggins. These are just a few of the great shows that we have in store for you. Okay, so for our guest, Lou Gossett Jr., and for Tai Babilonia and our director, George Montalvo, and the entire KBL crew, I'm Ken Boxer. Good night, everybody, and thank you all. Thank you.
Ken Boxer Live is brought to you by the following sponsors. American Riviera Bank, smart banking for smart people. Palazzo Restaurant, where people don't leave hungry or thirsty. Ray Benanati, Sotheby's best realtor, committed to integrity and service. California Retail Systems, the best in hospitality management applications for restaurants. Harborview Inn, welcome to Santa Barbara's premier 4-diamond luxury boutique oceanfront hotel. Wendy Foster, Santa Barbara and Montecito's premier clothing store. The Eagle Inn, a family-owned hotel near the beach in Santa Barbara. Via Rosa Inn, let us pamper you in international style. La Quinta Inn and Suites, conveniently located in downtown Santa Barbara. And by Taffy's Pizza, delivery, pickup, or dine in. Woody's Bodacious Barbecue, Santa Barbara Chicken Ranch, Santa Barbara Bar, Country Catering, Meat Market and Deli, Jack's Bagels and Bistro, Jill's Place, where the locals go to eat, Lito's Takeout, Freeman's Flying Chicken, the Santa Barbara Access Card, Sammy's Camera, Perfect Computers, the Ken Boxer Live musical theme by Mr. Michael J. Leslie. From all of us at Ken Boxer Live, I'm Baron Ron Heron. Good night, everyone.